Hi there. I'm happy to kick off the questions today. Are people living with HIV at higher risk of getting COVID-19?
Okay, so it doesn't matter if you're young, old, living with HIV or any other illness. Everyone is at risk if they are in close contact with someone who has COVID-19. So I think this is why it's important to follow all the prevention advice and get help if you show any symptoms of COVID-19.
So I have a question. So what is the latest COVID prevention advice, and how do I protect myself and others around me?
So, there are simple actions recommended by the WHO, including washing your hands regularly and thoroughly with soap and water, and by using hand sanitizer when hand washing isn't possible. Where possible, keeping at least 1 meter distance between yourself and others. Avoid crowded places where it's more difficult to maintain physical distance of 1 meter.
So I think it's important to add, avoid touching your nose, your mouth and eyes to prevent the virus from entering your body. Practice good respiratory hygiene. This means covering your mouth and nose with a bent elbow or a tissue when coughing or sneezing. Then dispose the tissue immediately. And also don't forget to wash your hands. Stay home and self-isolate even with minor symptoms such as coughs, headaches and mild fever. That's until you recover.
Yes, exactly. And finally, I'd add in that if in doubt, check with your local Department of Health to see what else they recommend.
I am missing out on my education because of COVID-19 pandemic. What should I do?
So your school or the place you study are likely to have made some arrangements for you to do your schoolwork from home. So follow this and really try hard to make sure you continue with your education. While you are at home, you will have to take responsibility for your education. Sorry, but it's true. Remember, this is your future we're talking about. It might be hard to stay motivated, that I clearly know. Develop a schedule or work through online tasks with your friends and classmates. Reach out to teachers or family members if you're stuck. And also don't forget to take some breaks. So if you have internet access, check out with teachers and other trusted adults to identify and access reliable online opportunities. There are so many free learning opportunities at this moment. Otherwise, just look out for educational programs on TV and radio channels.
My support group is no longer meeting. Where else can I get support?
Keep in touch with your peer group and your friends through WhatsApp, SMS, and other social media. Remember to respect others and their privacy in online spaces. But do reach out to your local network of young people living with HIV to see how they can support you. If there is someone in your home that you trust, a family or other, talk with them about how you're feeling and how they can support you.
I'd add in here to call your clinic nurse or counselor, or when you are attending a clinic, ask for time to talk with them. During this difficult time, it's normal to feel anxious and lonely. Look for new ways to look after yourself. Exercise every day. Be open about your feelings. Ask questions about your health. Read books. Listen to music. Avoid negative influences. Use and share information from reliable sources, and if you can, reach out and encourage your peers to do the same.
With COVID-19, I am online more than ever. How do I protect myself?
Don't keep your fears to yourself. I mean, if something doesn't feel right, trust your instincts and speak to an adult that you trust. If you've seen something online that maybe might have upset you or hurt you, you can report it. On many social media platforms right now, you can report a specific post or block a person. So that means they won't contact you and you won't see their content. Think twice before you click send, especially if you're upset or angry. Once you share a photo or a video, it is hard to control what happens to it. You can change the privacy settings of your social media to control who sees your content. Also think carefully before you share anything, and also
Can I jump in here? Making new friends is great, but before you accept a person, you should have a look at their profile. Try to see who they are. Do they have friends in common? with you. Don't feel pressure to accept random friend requests. Lastly, don't spread rumors or posts or share hurtful or embarrassing stories or photos. What may seem like a harmless joke to one can deeply hurt and be hurtful to others.
Is it safe to kiss, hug, and have sex?
Well, there is no evidence yet that COVID-19 is sexually transmitted, but it does spread through small droplets from the nose or mouth when someone coughs and breathes out and you are in close contact with them. Coming into contact with someone's spit, like through kissing or being physically intimate with them, like during hugs or sex, can easily spread COVID-19. If you and your partner live in the same household, following COVID-19 prevention advice and you don't have symptoms, always practicing safe sex, such as using a condom. And if you are sexually active, running low on contraceptives, such as pill or condoms, please contact your clinic for advice on how to get a refill.
I feel scared that a family member who is staying with us will hurt me, but he can't leave the house. What can I do?
COVID-19 is creating fear, stress, and anxiety, but violence is never okay. If you feel your safety is at risk or you're experiencing violence, you have the right to reach out to seek help and leave. Remember, it's not your fault. It can be hard to know where to get help. Think of a supporter you can trust and reach out to. Ask your clinic or call the toll-free line or child helpline for services that can support you.
There is news about COVID-19 everywhere. How do I know what's true and what's false?
So it's best to check the source of the information. UNICEF and WHO websites and the government's health department sites are the most reliable at the moment. Use them also to check information you get through less reliable channels like social media. At this time, it's probably best to just use social media to connect with your friends and family, not getting a fact right about COVID-19. Also, try not to overload yourself with information about COVID-19. It can be so stressful and overwhelming. It's also easy to get caught up in social media and lose track on time. So if you could just set up an alarm or select a time during the day, you can catch up on news rather than just watching and scrolling for hours on end. So I think that's all for now. To finish off, we'll make sure that we share some important links and hotlines for you guys. So stay safe and stay home.
Bye.
See you next time.
Bye-bye. Bye. Bye.